stand. This is my last fight. A true test of legends. Our story will outlive us both. Set a fire in your heart, Spartan. Bare your fangs. Fight hard. Die well.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Today I kind of want to do a non-scripted, my thoughts on Halo Infinite, what I like about it, and just kind of stuff I wanted to talk about. I feel like this kind of style of video will be a really fun thing for me to try out because, you know, every video doesn't need to be scripted, you know? And I think it'd be more fun to just kind of try to do these more all natural, we can say. Let's just say all natural. I know that's dumb, but let's just do it. And I just think it'd be really fun, and I think it'd be really good practice, like, for me, like, to get used to this kind of style of video, because as long as I got my talking points, like, written right here, well, not written, typed right here, because it's on my phone, but as long as I got these little talking points, I should be fine, you know? I should be able to hold a coherent conversation for a video. And, you know, like, tell me your thoughts, like, down below, because, like, if I'm just talking at you, it's not as fun, you know? It's not as fun. I like to make discussions here. I like to discuss things, and if we're not discussing things, then, like, it's not as fun. So let's just start. And by the way, this is like my 10th or more attempt at this. Maybe it's less than 10. I don't know. I'm sorry. But anyway, let's just like talk about Halo Infinite. So first thing I want to talk about is the new open-ish world. And I say open-ish because I don't know if it's entirely open world. Of course, the game's not out. We've only seen what I've seen from the trailer. And some of the things, 343, it's 343 Industries, okay? Okay. Some of the things that 343 has said, and from what it seems, I guess they say an open-ish world, like it's going to be more open than the previous Halo games, and to be honest, I think that's fine. I mean, it takes place on the big Halo ring. It's not like we're going to be able to climb on the sides and like go under the ring. That might be cool, but I feel like it'd be pretty boring under there, you know? Sorry about that. I had to pause for a minute there. But as I was saying, I feel like the bottom of a Halo ring would probably be kind of cool, but also I don't know. So anyway, I don't know if it's gonna be full open world, but I do know it's gonna be like this open-ish world, like bigger than the other Halo games. And honestly, that sounds pretty fun to me. Like they're gonna have different side stuff. They're gonna have like upgrades, from what I've heard. I don't know all of this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know everything about this, so I'm probably going to miss something. Remember to, you know, if I'm wrong about any of this, tell me down below, okay? Just let me know. I need to know these things so I don't mess it up the next time. Anyway, I just think this is going to be, like, really fun. Because, you know, it's going to be like in Halo's Combat Evolved, when the second level of that game, that was just so big, and you drove around all those places, saving Marines. That was really cool. I think that's going to be really fun. And it's just going to be that, but bigger, with more stuff to do. And that just sounds so cool to me. I've been really into open world games recently. I think a lot of people have. It's been a pretty popular genre. And then I don't know if it's gonna be non-linear. Maybe I should look this up. You know, maybe I should look that up. Let me see. Okay, so it's not exactly non-linear. Sorry for the pause again. It's like not exactly non-linear. It's just gonna be more non-linear. Like it's gonna be more open world or whatever. And that's going to be fun. I think that's going to be really cool. Each playthrough is going to be a bit different. You're going to have I think that's going to be a lot of fun, honestly. It's going to kind of be like an ODST when you got to go to those 4 missions however you want. You know, except for it's not going to be in the city the whole time, which, you know, atmospheric-wise, ODST was pretty cool. You know, with the music and the city, but like, you play in that city for so long, man. It gets on you, especially if you're looking for those audio tapes. Where was I? By the way, anyway, I think Halo Infinite's going to be so fun with the... I just think it's going to be so fun. I'm sorry. Like, I know. I sound like so weird. This is non-scripted. I need to get on the ball. Alright, so I think it's going to be so fun to just explore around. And then you have, like, the grappling hook, you know? I think we're gonna you're gonna be able to use it to attach yourself to things. You're gonna be able to fling things in the air. It's gonna be super fun, and I really can't wait for that aspect of the game. You know. And then we got the new art style. This is gonna be. No, I don't really think I have that radical of an opinion. Most people really don't like it. Well, people like it. You know, it's a good art style. It's how do I put this? It's going to be really good for the game running well. It's not going to look the best when it first came out, but it looks better than it did in the... Hold on, maybe I'm going to have to pause again to like really really think about my thoughts here. I didn't say earlier that I'm not going to pause, right? Because if I did, then that's not very nice of me, but... Okay, let me think. Okay, got it. So, this is a new art style. Obviously, from the trailer, it didn't look the best. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I didn't dislike it. Like, when I was watching the trailer, I was thinking, something's off about how this looks. And it wasn't until later when everybody was talking how the game kind of looked bad, and I was like, oh yeah, it does look a little bit, you know, how do you say this, graphically less than something like Halo 5? Which, if we're being honest, I'm fine. I'm kind of fine with how Infinite's looking. They're going back to that older art style, which I'm really happy for. I think that looks really good. I just really enjoy how it looks. I think, and they did release another trailer afterwards, another gameplay trailer that really shows more how the game's looking. It looks a lot better, and it was released the same day, so I really don't think we're gonna have to worry about it, you know? I think it's gonna look a lot better when it gets released, but I don't think it's gonna be like the most graphically impressive game, you know, when it comes out, you know. But which I'm gonna be honest, I'll be fine with, as long as the gameplay and the multiplayer and all that stuff's all good. That's fine by me. I'm okay with how all the enemies look, the brutes, the jackals, the elites, the grunts. Okay, obviously I need to stop pointing out when I stop, because I'm just gonna keep stopping in this video, so I need to stop pointing it out, because it's probably annoying you guys. Anyway, I like how all the enemies look. I like how Master Chief himself looked. I thought the cutscene looked pretty good. And yes, even Craig, I thought he looked alright, my man. He, that's pretty funny. The little face he does, I like it. It's funny. It's very funny to me. Anyway, then we get to the weapons. And this is something that I'm kind of with people on a little bit. Like the new shotgun. I believe it's called the Bulldog, correct? It's fine. I don't necessarily dislike the design. I kind of would have preferred something more along the lines of Halo 3, but the Bulldog, it seems fine enough. I'm sure they'll add the Halo 3 shotgun back in later through like downloadable content. Like maybe not like DLC, but like an update, which is kind of bad. I kind of wish it was just in there from the beginning as something you could like have. You can either get the Bulldog or the Halo 3 like shotgun. I think that would have been a lot better. And then you have the Magnum, which I'm gonna be honest, I'm really a big fan of how Halo 1 or Halo CE's Magnum looks. I really like that gun, and I was kind of hoping it kind of looked like that in Infinite, because that's kind of my go-to gun in Halo CE, Halo, and in Halo 5. It's just kind of my go-to gun, the Magnum is. So I was really hoping it would look a little bit different, but it looks like it plays around the same as Halo 5's. So I should be fine with it gameplay wise, and I should be good with the Bulldog gameplay wise. It's just visually it's a little Also, from what I've seen, it doesn't seem like it's going to be able to scope in like how I usually like to play with the Halo 5 and Halo CE Magnum, so that's going to be a little off for me. But then we get to some of the newer weapons, like those new brute weapons, that new version of the Mauler. Those look like they're really fun to use. I think they're gonna be really fun. We get that new that one weapon. What is it? It's kind of like it's kind of like the battle rifle, but it's not the battle rifle, because we see the battle rifle and it looks like the Halo 2 battle rifle, which I am perfectly fine with. Really happy to see that. But we get this new weapon that's kind of like the battle rifle, and that looks pretty cool. I think that's gonna be a lot of fun to play with. Then we get all these new little, like the little shield he puts down. You got the grappling hook, which can grab like different things, such as those little canisters that blow up. Those look really fun. I kind of wonder if you're going to be able to grab things out of the air. I think they did say something about that, didn't they? like grabbing a grunt out of the air, right? Okay, I can't find it, but I thought they did say something like you could grapple a grunt out of the air. I don't know. We'll see when the game comes out. And if they do fun stuff like that, like they just do a lot of fun things with the grappling hook, that's just going to be really fun, and I really can't wait to see that. Okay, let's see what else I have in my notes. Ah, right, the story and characters. I did not play Halo 5's campaign. I've heard that I've dodged a bullet, so I'm not gonna act like I played it and know everything about it. But I do know that this game it takes place after, and it features Chief and the Banished. So I don't know if Cortana is gonna have anything to do with that. I know she was the antagonist in Halo 5. If I'm correct, tell me in the comments if I'm wrong on any of this, guys, please. So I think story-wise, this game's going to be pretty fun. It's going to be like going back to Halo CE in a way, kind of like a soft reboot of sorts, where it's just Chief on the ring, going around beating up aliens. Sounds like it's a lot of fun. And then we have the characters, and man, that one brute, what's his name? That guy who says, "Bare your fangs." That guy, I like him. He seems like he's going to be a really fun villain to fight. He's kind of cool, like he's one, like, you know what I mean on this, right? Like, he seems like the type of villain you're just really excited to fight. Like when he said, "Set a fire in your heart, Spartan. Bare your fangs. Fight hard. Die well." It just really hyped me up. I'm like ready to knock this guy out, you know? Like I'm ready to go to war with this. Like he's going to be a really fun villain. I'm really excited to fight him. And then we got Chief and the pilot, and I think that's going to be such a fun dynamic. Chief being his usual soldier, robotic like self, where we need to stop the Banished. We need to do this. We need to do that. And Pilot just being like a normal guy, just wanting to see his family. It's going to be really fun, and I really hope they kind of, you know, do that dynamic where like Chief is going to slowly learn to feel more human, because that's something about. I did play Halo 4. I think Halo 4 was the first campaign I ever beat, but first Halo campaign I ever beat. But anyway, the thing I really liked about Halo 4's campaign, I don't know much about. I didn't really pay attention much to the story. Like I paid attention to some of the story, but like I'm not entirely sure what happened with like the didact and librarian, whatever. Who cares about that right now? I want to talk about how in that game it was like there was 3 characters, and every time I think about Halo 4, I think about these 3 characters: Chief, Cortana, and is it Lasky? That one guy. I really like them all character-wise. I like the character work they did. I kind of always had this theory that Cortana is like the reason Chief is always so like he likes Cortana so much, like he's always caring about Cortana, is kind of like because she's pretty much a copy of Halsey's brain, right? Like the lady that kidnapped Chief, and yeah, that kidnapped Chief as a kid, and yeah, that's kind of messed up. But maybe the reason he likes Cortana so much is because she's like that best version of Halsey or whatever. But like, who cares about that right now? I want to talk about like how Cortana was more human than Chief, and they really talked about that. Like, Chief needs to become more human. He needs to let his human side out more. And they asked, you know, which one of them is more of the machine. And I always thought that was so interesting. Like, yeah, Chief's really never had like a full-on human. Like, I guess he had a family with Blue Team. Again, I'm not going to act like I know all of that. But I guess he did have a kind of family with them, right? But like not like a kind of family like we know, you know? Like, just like a normal civilian kind of family. And I wonder, like, with the pilot being such a big part of the story, is this going to be like Chief finally opening up, kind of realizing the people he's protecting, kind of thinking like, yeah, like, I'm human. I should be more human. Like, maybe he starts opening up more. Maybe he really starts to think about the things he's been through. Like, maybe he even takes his helmet off and we see his face. I don't know. Some people would hate that, but I'd kind of like it, because having Chief be more human sounds like a really fun concept for me. I think this is going to be really fun. And also, I really like that Lasky guy, because he was just like, who cares what that my boss says? This is off the books. Get you a Pelican. Get out of here. Do your thing, man. And Chief was like, yeah, okay. I like that. That was cool. Free multiplayer! Okay, so the multiplayer is gonna, like, there's gonna be a free-to-play aspect to the multiplayer. So basically, multiplayer is free to play. I don't know why I said basically. I think that's pretty basic in itself, and I think that's gonna be really fun. But that's also gonna be kind of bad in a way, because, you know, now it's gonna be because I got a feeling there's gonna be microtransactions for, like, cosmetics and armor pieces and stuff, and that's not very fun, especially with how MCC was kind of handling it with, like, Halo Reach, and the more you play, the more you unlock different pieces. I thought that was pretty fun. I really like it in a game that you earn more cosmetics and stuff by, you know, playing the game. You get better at the game, you get better stuff. I don't want to, like, just play multiplayer and just see this free-to-play kid who got his mom's credit card and is just rocking all the crazy stuff. Which, I guess there's no inherent harm in that, but it's just not as fun, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm really glad that it's free to play. Because I have a lot of friends who probably wouldn't buy Halo, and having it free to play means a lot more than will play it, and just a lot more people in general will play it, and I'm really excited. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to have a lot more people playing. There's going to be a lot more creativity if, like, free-to-play multiplayer has access to Forge and stuff. We're going to have custom games. Halo Infinite is going to be really fun. I can feel it, man. It's going to be fun. I know it is. And, like, I'm excited. Yeah, I guess that's really all I got to say. I don't think there's anything else to say. It's pretty much all that there is. I already said I like the Craig memes. Those are pretty cool. Yeah, I guess that's all I got to say. Thank you all for watching. Leave your opinions down below, and tell me how you like this little unscripted video. Or don't. I'm not your dad. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Just, you do you. But it'd be a lot funner if you commented, you know. I like to discuss things, like I said.